Okay, we're trying to play around with this phone so we can do a Facebook Live for you wonderful people that's out there in the social media world.
Trying to multitask, man. Got too much.
Right. It's too much stuff going on right now. So we'd like to welcome you to another Chit Chat Chew live streaming show here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm one of the co-hosts, Jade.
And you have your other co-host on the mic, Uno.
So we have an awesome interview. We have two people here this evening. Our first is Dondra and our second is Zach. And they are both recruitment specialists from the I Research of Atlanta. It's actually located in Decatur, but we're going to let them just tell you a little bit about them individually. So we're going to start this off, but before we do, we like to let everyone know that they are live in the studio, so you can call in to ask questions if you have them, to leave comments, to give a shout out, to do what you do. So you can call in at 404-474-0080. Again, that number is 404-474-0080. You can download the app audio. You can even go to www.audio.com.
And also, if you're not wanting to listen to the show on your phone, you can also listen to our show on your computer or laptop. Just research audio, so AWDIO. Then search our show, Chit Chat Chew, and listen, streaming us live on your computer or laptop. So you have multiple options. There's no excuse that you cannot tune into our show. Okay?
Oh, also for our LGBT community, we cannot forget them. Our LGBTQ community and allies, you too can go to www.gaytvatl.com. Again, that's www.gaytvatl.com. So we're going to just turn this right on over. We're going to turn the phone over. Remember, we're on Facebook Live. This is our first time actually trying this on our own. So we have, again, the wonderful Dondra and Zach. Either one of them can start, whichever one wants to start first, and just briefly tell us a little bit why you got involved with our research.
Well, I'm not going to arm wrestle Dondra. I'm going to let her this off.
So, first of all, this is the first time you've live streamed, and you're doing this to us?
Yes, this is the very first time.
Yeah.
We wanted to try something different.
Yay. So this is our first time doing radio or anything like this, and so now you not only have had us on radio, now we're Facebook Live. And
Yes.
Now
So
people
you're-
can see not only, hear you vocally, but they can see you visually.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't do my hair.
You're still looking
You look
fabulous. Yes, you're looking good.
It's
Dondra,
not a hot mess. It's fine.
just do a shake, girl, and you will be all right.
Shake it for 'em. Shake it.
That's right. Shake it for him. Yes.
I am ready to be live now.
Okay.
So Zach and I, like you said, we're recruit a specialist. I can't talk.
Recruitment specialist
That's
at
okay.
iResearch Atlanta. So iResearch Atlanta was founded in 2010 by Heather Bites and Sarah Castle.
Okay.
Heather Bites started with another local research center in Atlanta and wanted to open her own site to really focus on what she wanted to do. So it was for the LGBT community. It was to do different recruitment activities, to not rely on traditional advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
So Dondra jumped from the other research site and was like, you know what, I want to be a part of iResearch.
Yes.
So Dondra, after a couple of years of them getting going, she said, you know what, I'm done over here, and started with iResearch Atlanta. And I think their first study, you had what was it, depression?
It was depression and the female sexual dysfunction study,
Oh, wow.
which is very important.
One of the first big two studies that Dondra worked on over there.
Mm-hmm.
And the big thing is just it was a wide range of different communities that I research work with. We sponsor lots of activities, lots of different people, lots of organizations, and that's really important to the both of us, that our community knows us and we know our community. Digging deep, not just putting our name on a flyer. We want to be involved.
Right.
So that was a big deal for me and Dondra. When I started, I knew I wanted to make a difference, and it wasn't going to be by paying, for our name to be in the MARTA. No, I want to ride the MARTA, and I want to hand out the cards to the people riding the MARTA.
Okay.
So that was really, really just a big thing for me and Dondra, and that's why, I got involved, and I think the same for Dondra as well.
Oh, yeah. So my main thing was getting out in the community and learning about what resources were in the community. Sorry, am I not talking?
No. You're good. You're good. We just want to make sure everybody hears you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I saw you guys at Pride, right? So we do a wide variety of community events so that we can get out into the community, let everybody see us, know us, love us. Our main thing is that like you said, there's a face with the name. So we're not just an ad with a name on it, right? So we pretty much have our picture on everything, and my phone number is all over Atlanta, and so is Zach's. So we like putting the face with the name. So we go to the Decatur Book Fair. We go to Pride. We did MomoCon this year, which was really interesting, and that was a new event. We also do any sort of art festival or spring fling or health fair. We go to 55-plus community centers. We go everywhere. I mean, there's pretty much not a place in Decatur and beyond that, honestly, we haven't either visited or tried to visit. We go to multiple transitional homes. We go to homeless shelters. We actually go and feed the homeless. There's a great group that you can feed the homeless. I think it's every third Sunday. And literally you can bring whatever you want, and they set up tables and you just hand out whatever you like. It's really great, and I can get you that link later on.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, it's really just about getting to know your community and what they need. So, for example, we've gone to the Hope House, we've gone to the Gateway Center,
Lost and Found Youth
Lost and Found Youth for the LGBTQ community, and we donate a lot of clothing and hygiene items there.
Oh, nice.
We just really want to be supportive, and it's not about recruiting and finding a patient. It's about letting people know what we do, who we are, and that we're here.
But being more involved.
Right. We want to be involved in the community. We want to help. We want to encourage, and we want to support. Now, along the way, if we get a patient, that's fantastic.
Right.
But our main thing is word of mouth marketing. So by word of mouth marketing, that means we go out in the community and people talk about us because they've met us. Or they'll say, I know Zach, I know Dondra, and then they just kind of start talking and they say, oh, they do research. Really? Well, great. Well, I have migraines, we'll call Dondra and Zach. I have 3 migraine studies right now. So we really we are, on MARTA, we do some of those activities, but really it's just about us being in the community. I mean, I just cannot express that enough. I mean, you've seen us.
And some people don't believe us because it's once April hits, it's every weekend me and Dondra have an event.
Yeah, every weekend.
We work 7 days a week, most weeks starting the month of April. People are like, oh, they don't believe it. They hire a staff. No, me and Dondra are there. We sleep together. We eat together. We cry together.
Yes.
And we talk people together. So it's really important, It's for research. It's not just like Dondra said. It's not about finding the patient. It's about being the resource for people that need us. We do everything from pediatric studies to schizophrenia studies, and at all these different events, it's not targeted for one type of indication. Everybody is at these events. It's important for them to know who we are, so that they're comfortable talking to us. They're comfortable picking the phone up and saying, hey, I have this concern, or I want to talk about this, or my cousin has this. And that's really what makes me happy to get up in the morning. So
it is, and then at these other events, as I'm sure Jade knows, and some people just want to tell their story, or they want to share their story of their own personal struggle within, or they want to share about a family member maybe that they've lost because of mental illness and or suicide, and they really just want to talk to somebody. Sometimes we're in an event, and I'll be off to the side talking to somebody for an hour or two. And I'm like, Dondra! It's like, come back! But, they need someone to talk to, and if I can be
True.
there for them on that day for them to talk to, I'm going to be there.
Absolutely.
And they need to hear it, and they need somebody to listen to them and understand them. And the other thing that's great about iResearch is that, a lot of us are either going through it, have been through it, or dealing with it, or have family members that deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all very close in that sense. And it
Okay.
makes you understand people better, right? Like
Right.
if you've been there and you know that feeling, that deep
Mm-hmm.
feeling,
Oh yeah.
then you can relate to people better.
Right.
If you've ever been ostracized or if you've ever been treated differently because of who you are or what you do.
Stigmatized and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
So we're out there trying to break the stigma of mental health all the time. And right at the same time, we want to break the stigma of research. Like, we want people to know that we are nice, friendly people who have a beautiful office that you can come and visit and you can talk to somebody. You don't have to be in a study. It's voluntary. You don't have to do anything. If
Right.
you want to just come talk and learn more and have a tour, she came to our open house.
Mm-hmm.
And we just had an open house and people could walk through and we had some wine up front and everybody could relax and ask questions and it was a great evening. And, that's how we are. We invite.
I like iResearch, though I have not participated in anything, but me and Dondra met a few years back, and it was through NAMI, which stands for National Alliance on Mental Illness, and I was part of participating, being like one of the facilitators in Decatur at a church that we were doing a group for, specifically the LGBTQ community that live with a diagnosis, because we know that that's not discussed a lot at all. Plenty of labeling, plenty of stigmatizing, and so and so being a person, I'm very vocal on radio as well as off radio that I do live with a diagnosis, and it's like the best thing that could have happened to me, because it's helped me grow a lot. It's put me in place with good people, as well as the negative, but it's still all a learning lesson.
Yes,
and
that's always a lesson.
Me and Dondra met through someone at that time, and then from there we just had a great vibe, and then I wound up seeing Dondra again by myself at a festival or something, and it's just like, even though it may have been a time lapse, but we still had that good connection together. And so, I want people to know that all research studies are not bad, though I have not taken it. I really, truly believe that, like Dondra and Zach said, they're really just here for people.
That's true.
So that's the one thing that, I like. I've done a couple studies in the past, and but then no. But
that's why you have to do your due diligence to find out what the research study places are about.
Right. And then now that I'm hearing more of, like, they go out and do more volunteering, like outside of festivals and stuff, like, I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I just, that those are the fields that are my passion: the homelessness, the LGBT, people in general. But from my experience, I tend to, there are certain communities that I really want to focus on. So that's really good that you guys do that. I'm going to have to be involved.
And being definitely more interactive with the people, not just, you just there.
Right.
You're going
to be
just like a robot. You just program to just do certain things, and that's it. It's not serving nobody no purpose. So that's good that you guys are actually caring about the people.
Oh, yeah.
And, helping them. So,
we have...
my hat's off to y'all. Really.
We have, like she spoke about, we have aftercare. We make sure that we have before care. We really try to take care of everyone that comes through the door. So, most of the time when I'm looking for these resources, it's for people that probably don't qualify for a study or may never qualify for a study, but they need something. And, whether it's an ID or, SSI or whatever people ask me for, I'm going to find an answer for them. And whether it's through a ministry that's down the street or whether it's through, one of the shelters or a transitional place, that's what we're here for.
Right.
And we are recruitment specialists and we do research and, but we also take care.
And the other part about it is we try to support the community, and the only reason that we're able to do what we want to do is because we have the support from our owners, our directors. We have the whole support of the entire team that, they might be swamped one day and they're like, we really can't lose Dondra and Zach, but you know what? They have an event that they need to go to. Mm-hmm. We have the support from the office and our directors that's what our job, that's our job, is to be a part of that community.
Right.
Really get to know them. So it is important too. I Research Atlanta, that's what we're built on. It's because of the community, we're able to do what we're able to do.
So are you guys just primarily in the state of Georgia, or are you outside of Georgia?
So I Research Atlanta is just in Decatur. It's
Okay.
the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be there for a little while longer.
Okay.
But that's the only one we have so far.
Okay, so you guys plan on relocating in
Nah,
Decatur? Oh,
not
just right there?
anytime soon.
Okay.
We might
Okay.
expand in our building, but right now, we're just in downtown Decatur.
We're
right on
happy
the
there.
square.
Mm-hmm.
In the
Yeah.
Cornerstone Bank building.
Yeah.
Right on the square. Church.
Uh-huh. Okay. So tell the listeners some of the current, past studies that you've had and current studies that you have as well.
Okay. So when we very first started, we did a lot of more, psychiatric, and we were kind of branching out now into more medical studies. But one of the newer studies that we're getting is actually on lupus, which I think
Okay.
is really a big deal.
It is.
People are really talking about it a lot more now. We have a systemic lupus study coming up. Also, we have some Alzheimer's studies that we've been working on. And,
Okay.
that's always very exciting because there's no cure for Alzheimer's. We're just trying to work to slow it down.
Right.
Some of the other studies that we have, along with the Alzheimer's, they're trying to focus more on inflammation in the body.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Across
it's
the board.
it's sort of like that's kind of the nemesis in the body. It seems like these days is
Okay,
inflammation in the body.
Right.
So we have several depression studies. Two of them actually work on inflammation in the body, and then we also have two schizophrenia studies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Those are
With the third one starting on Thursday.
yes, we do have a third one.
Okay.
And then we have a rheumatoid arthritis study that we're going to be starting soon. And I'm going to cheat. We have
It's
have
okay, you can cheat.
2
Do
migraine
your thing.
studies.
That's right.
This show
We're
we
getting one
flow.
more.
Okay, it's
Um,
natural.
more.
3 migraine studies. We have a bipolar depression study.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Okay.
We have a pediatric ADHD.
Okay.
So it's for children ages 6 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we'll be getting an adolescent study going from like 13 to 17. But right now it's for children ages 6 to 12 with impulsive aggression and ADHD. We have and a hyperlipidemia study with people that have high triglycerides. So these are some of the medical studies. So for a long time we focused on psychiatric studies because we have 2 psychiatrists that work for us full time, and then we also have 2 internal med doctors that work for us full time.
Okay.
So we started to really branch out with some of those medical studies. So the hyperlipidemia, we have a fatty liver study. It's called NASH.
I was going to ask you
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah, I saw
what is
that.
that? What
Yeah,
is
what is
NASH
that?
liver fibrosis?
So it's non-alcoholic fatty liver.
Okay.
So it's just,
Non-alcoholic, non-hepatic.
yes.
So, and it's really, so they're really seeing that it's like a genetic thing. So that's a lot what it is, looking at genetics and how it's affecting the liver and that illness.
And a lot of
Okay.
people don't know that they even have that, and there is no medication for that at this time. And so they're really excited about this new medication because it's shown to be very well. Not a lot of bad side effects so far. So
Okay.
that's good.
We have a
Okay,
flu
that's
study.
good.
I'm about to say
Oh
our
my
biggest
gosh,
one.
the
Oh,
flu
yeah.
Flu study.
We have the
Okay.
flu study. So apparently the flu shot hasn't been too effective this year or last year. So we do have a new flu study. It's for people that everyone started at age 6 all the way up to age 85. You can have HIV, you can have hepatitis, you can have lupus, you can have schizophrenia. If you get the flu and you don't have any insurance and you get that fever within 24 to 48 hours, you need to give us a call.
Okay.
They can come to our site, they can be seen by the doctors, and even if they don't have the flu, we're still going to treat them for whatever illness they have.
Oh, okay.
So if they
Ooh.
have the flu and they have the fever, we will try and tell you about the flu study. But if you don't have the flu and you're sick, we will still treat you.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, so the important part about that one is catching it early. So you want it in 24 to 48 hours, and you want to make sure that you do have a fever.
It's
Or fever.
We got fever.
Making up a
We got
word.
and fever. We got both.
You have a fever. That's really important, but it's a great study, but it is something that you have to catch very quickly.
Yeah.
So that's why we're
Because
encouraging.
it does accelerate fast.
Yes.
Right, and
Yeah.
so
that's
the
why.
new medication, the theory behind it is within 48 hours, it will knock away your flu symptoms.
Yeah.
So you have to start it within 24 to 48 hours on the onset of that fever. Then with this new medication, the theory is that within 48 hours, your flu will be gone. So that it's a new medication. So it's against the new medication, Tamiflu, and then a placebo. So, and then what else study do we have? Oh, rheumatoid arthritis. Have a
Yes.
rheumatoid arthritis study.
That's
So we
awesome.
have a wide range of different studies. A really wide range of different indications.
Do any of your studies possibly incorporate natural alternatives with it as well?
So with the research, they tell us what we can do and what we cannot do.
Okay.
So they're going to tell us, literally when you come in, we go through a form with you and it tells you every single thing that's going to happen in that study, every single medication that you can take, everything that you can possibly imagine about the medication. So
Okay.
it's very, very, very precise. So the one thing that you want to remember that's so great about research is that, you get full lab workup. You get, they give you the
Physicals,
biggest,
blood work.
baddest lab work you can get. So a lot of times, the great thing about it is that these people will come in and they will learn things about themselves they didn't even know.
Right.
So I have people come in, they don't even know they have diabetes. They don't know they have high blood pressure. They don't know. So, we're finding all these things out for them and then helping them, hence, again, our resources, on where they can get help and seek help to fix these things that are going on with their bodies that they don't even realize.
Okay.
So that's
Right.
that's very important to remember. And also, like I said, because it is research, you're followed so closely. So it's not you're getting a medication, I'll see you in 90 days. It's,
Okay.
You're getting a medication, I'll see you in 3 days, or
Okay.
5 days, or 7. It's that's one of the great things about research. Another great thing is that you don't have to have insurance. It's okay. That's not what it's about.
Okay.
So everything is time and travel. It's all paid for. So, those are all it's kind of a win-win situation. I mean, you're seeking help, you're getting possible help, and, it's just a good thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know that's some of the questions that was asked of me, like, do some of your studies have, like, I know I saw on MARTA, had nothing to do with our research, but I saw some other study, I can't even remember their name, that's okay, but they had, like, this thing for depression, and they were using fish oil as part of their study to see how it possibly worked with depression. So that was one of the things that I was asked. And of course, you already mentioned the time and travel. People want to know, well, is this just something that I'm gonna get compensated for, or like that whole yes you guys do compensate, or no you don't.
Yes,
So,
we do
yeah.
compensate for time and travel, and but you just want to stress, and this is volunteer.
Okay, right.
And they can stop at any time.
Okay.
If you're in a study and you're not feeling it, or you're not feeling well, or you don't want to do it anymore, there is no penalty. There's not anything like that. It's completely different than even going to a doctor's office. Like, if you miss an appointment, you're not in trouble.
Right.
You just want to know where you are and if you're okay.
And it is important, the part of research, there's the ICF, it's called the Informed Consent Form. And, we do want to stress to everybody, you need to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into when you get into a research
absolutely.
study. So at our site, we will go through that thing with you, page by page, front and back, left to right. You're going to know
That's-
exactly what you're
That's
signing
good.
yourself up for. You're going to know how many times you need to come to the clinic, what kind of medications you're taking, what are the possible risks, what are the possible benefits. And that's really important that a lot of research sites, some people were like, oh yeah, I think I signed up for a study, but I'm not sure. No, if you come to iResearch Atlanta, the letter I, Atlanta, Research Atlanta, you're going to know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And that's very important for us as well, is that when people come in our office and when they leave, they know what they've signed up for. And even if they didn't sign up for, they know what we're there offering people. And like Dondra said, you don't have to have insurance. Everything that once you walk through that door, everything that you your physical, your lab work, your questionnaires by psychiatrists, all of those things are paid for by the study sponsor, including the medications.
Okay.
So everything is paid for by the sponsor. So there's no cost to you. And like Dondra said, your time and your travel. Once you are qualified into a study and you go through that ICF, then you are starting to be compensated for your time and your travel.
So what can be the risk with our research? What you think can be the risk?
With some of the studies.
I'm sure people think about that.
Right, of course. So with anything, so if you think about it, when you leave the doctor's office, right, they give you a medication, you go to the pharmacy and you get it filled. They give you that list inside and you read it, or the pharmacist will say, what other meds are you taking? And they want to make sure that they're not going to cross, okay?
Yeah.
So there's going to be a list of side effects. So what we do is we find out what those side effects are. So we make those lists. So, most of the risks that could be, it's all going to be in the informed consent form for every single study, and every single study is different. But it tells you everything, and if there are risks that are unforeseen or that we don't know about yet, as soon as they find them out, they are immediately told to us, the patient, everyone involved, and they re-sign the consent form every time somebody learns something new. So that's really important to know. We also encourage that the first visit that you come is to go over the ICF, to go over the study, to go over your past medical history, to go over your symptoms, and that's really where we really learn about the person. But we encourage you to take that form home and share it with family, share it with friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever you want to share it with. Take it home, talk to them about it, talk to your doctor. We encourage everyone. We encourage them to bring people with them. Don't come alone. Bring someone with you. When you go to the doctor's office and they tell you all that stuff and you leave and you forget, you're like,
I don't remember none of that stuff.
What did you say?
Writes that script. Oh, see you in 90 days. Bye, Felicia. And
Right.
Like, whoa.
Bye, Felicia. See you in 90 days. Right. And that's so true. And that's really true. And a lot of times, a lot of doctors don't even take the time to even tell you the side effects.
Right.
No.
They just it's almost like, I'm not going to say
all. It's scripted to me.
It feels scripted. It does.
Because they're following protocols, so they don't go outside of that.
So you want to make sure, and we always encourage everyone about this as well. So when you do go see your doctor, ask them about the side effects. Ask them those questions. And even your pharmacist, please talk to your pharmacist. And they can tell you so much. Like even about, like you can say, I'm on this, this, and this. And they will tell you what you can take with what and what you cannot take. I mean, it is important for you. It's your body. It's your health.
That's
so
true.
you need to step up to the plate and ask these questions.
That's true.
That's true.
That makes sense.
And I realize that you're going to a doctor and you're paying them for that. But, that's your body and you're taking a medication. You need to know what it is.
And at the same time, you spending your money. So, I mean, sometimes you can't expect them to tell you, so you definitely have to let them
ask
know
questions.
what's going on.
Yeah.
You have to ask questions.
So you have to ask questions and you have to tell the truth and you have to talk about what's going on with you.
Right.
But you have to point blank, take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
That
Even
is
if
number
you
one.
even if you at the doctor's and you don't want to say it out loud where everyone can hear, just write it on a paper or something. Like some way to communicate, like, hey, this is what's going on.
I
if you're not
always make a
comfortable
list.
saying it.
Before I go to the doctor, I try to make a list because I know that I'll forget. Once again, I'll be like, dang it, I forgot to ask him this. So, make a list of what you want to ask or what you're feeling or,
And
it's
I'm glad
important.
you asked those questions about risk, because when me and Dondra, we'll go through that ICF, that informed consent, and if somebody doesn't ask us a question at the end, I'm like, Dondra, something is not right. They didn't ask me one question. You know, questions, those are valid questions. What are the risks? Well, here are the risks on this page, and this is what they know so far. Or, well, what happens to me after the study? Do I have access to the medications? It's listed in there because some of the studies, some of them are new medications, some of them are testing a new dosage or for a new indication. It's the safety and the efficacy of a new drug, and so it's very important to ask those questions. And a lot of times we love questions, and if we can't answer them, we're gonna find out someone who can.
And that's like when you were talking about that, people asking questions. What is my train of thought?
It's okay.
It's okay. It's live.
It's live.
Cool. It's live.
It's cool.
Let it flow.
Just let it flow. That's what we do.
Let it flow.
So if you hear us
having a
curse,
good time.
we just gonna let you know.
That's
we
okay.
did
So
too.
when I remember what it is, I'll turn it down.
But while you're thinking, speaking for myself in the past, also, I was fearful. I just kind of okay, what the doctor said, that's what goes, and then it just had to take a personal situation, bless you, had to take a personal situation to happen to be like, you know what, Jade, honey, you have to ask questions, you have to get out of being fearful, because like you said, Dondra, it is your body. Yep. It's your body. Sure. And if you're not satisfied with that doctor, get a second opinion. Right. I tell people, ask, like you said, write it down. Get a second opinion.
Right, and if you don't want a second opinion and just want to switch to another doctor,
or switch to another doctor.
Yeah.
You can do that.
What works for you. That's all
don't
I can
feel
say.
like you have to stay with a doctor because you've been with them. I don't care how long you've been with them.
Right.
If
exactly.
you're uncomfortable, you can go wherever you want.
Go somewhere else. Exactly. That is so true.
So now with the medication that you guys use research with, is it FDA approved or is not?
Okay, so
another good question.
So that was what this is so funny because back to what I forgot. That's what I was going to say. So when Zach was talking about some of the medications are using for different indications. Okay, so some of the medications are approved for other indications. So they may be approved for schizophrenia. They may be approved for bipolar disorder, mania, or manic episodes. But so now they want to test that medication in bipolar patients that have depression. So that's what, thank you for letting me remember that.
Have y'all tested those on anybody?
So
Okay.
So we currently have a study on that.
Okay.
So but it's like, for example, when I first started, we had a study for, of all things, Botox, for women with depression, which I know if I get Botox, I feel great. I'm not
I want that.
I'm like, right here, put it right here. But that wasn't really what it was about. It was about, seeing if it does help with depression. Well, Botox has like 22 different indications that it's approved for by the FDA. So
sweating armpits, migraine,
restless leg syndrome, everything. So when you think about these medications, yes, some of them are FDA approved. Maybe not for what we're exactly testing them for, but they are approved for other indications. Now, some of them, are not approved by the FDA, and that's what we're trying to get. That's what we're trying to get, the FDA approval, because we know this medication is working or because we're getting good data. That's what we do. So sometimes they are approved, sometimes they're not.
Okay, that's honest.
No.
But I'm so glad I remembered that.
Now, with the participants who were involved in your test studies, now, has any of them had any side effects from the medication that y'all tested with?
So, there's always going to be a side effect.
Right.
There's no medication in the world that
so
doesn't have a side
they haven't reported any kind of side effects to you guys, or?
Well, no. I mean, but if you read, that's what I was saying earlier. When you read that medication, that you get from the doctor, it's going to say, people make fun of it, constipation, diarrhea.
I like to say it says increased appetite, decreased appetite.
Right.
Oh, well, hey, which one am I getting today?
But sometimes.
But if one person gets it,
patients don't pay attention to that stuff. They just look at the name of it and take it, and then.
But so that's what we were talking about earlier. I was like, that's why it's so important. So think about this. The ICF that he was talking about that we read to you, we tell you, each individual study, we tell you every side effect that they have found with that medication up to that day. To the day of that you're in there.
To anybody. So if they have to report a symptom, a side effect, for if it happens to anybody. So if you were in the first phase clinical trial and you had a headache, guess what's going to be in the third phase clinical trial? You might have a headache. So if it's happened to anybody in any clinical research trial, that it's listed. So it's kind of when you see that ICF, you kind of know what may happen.
Okay.
And so that's what I was saying, the difference between research. We're going to tell you every single side effect, but when that's why I was saying it's important when you do pick up your medication from your doctor that you do actually read that slip inside.
Right. Yeah.
It is important. So
it
that
is.
Slip inside, not the slip and slide,
slip and
but
slide.
that
slip and slide.
That is, that is what we have found about that medication.
Right.
That's what we do. So it just goes back to taking care of yourself.
Which is self-care is very important. And that's why it's so important to ask those questions.
Oh yes, you only have one body, so you gotta take care of it the best way you can. Cause once your body's destroyed, that's it.
Well, speaking of that, I need some Botox. Okay.
Botox. Can we have a Botox party on the radio show?
A Botox party. Shucks now live. Y'all will see it. So have you guys ever had studies or have thought about doing overnight studies?
Good question.
Good question.
And we have. We have done inpatient studies in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and we do have an inpatient facility at our site now.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a couple beds for inpatient studies, but right now, currently, we do not have an inpatient study.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that doesn't mean we might not have one next month,
Right.
but right now, we don't have any. And typically, those are for testing a PK draw. Like, I believe the first one they did, it was for pediatrics. They wanted to see how the drug really was metabolized throughout the body of children. I think it was with ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have schizophrenia overnight studies, bipolar, manic, or depression studies that are typically sometimes inpatient and last for a couple of days or something like that.
Okay.
But right now, we don't have any.
Yeah, so far
Okay.
we have a lot of adjunctive therapy studies, which when you say adjunctive, that means, so for example, I'm on Paxil and it's not maybe working.
Mm-hmm.
So I would join the study and they would add another medication on with the Paxil to see if it helps it work better. So that would
Okay.
be like an adjunctive therapy.
Right.
Okay.
So we do a lot of adjunctive therapy studies. Most of ours are outpatient studies, like you said. We do, we don't have any.
And the other thing about studies, like Dondra was saying, so for our depression studies right now, we do have a new one starting where you don't have to currently be on a medication. But as of right now, the two studies we have, one you need to be on a medication for 6 weeks, and then the other one is a medication for 8 weeks. But then also, that's just for this study. Like Dondra was saying, if you're dealing with something and you're going through something and you just need someone to talk to and you don't have insurance, and you're like, I need to see a psychiatrist or a therapist, you can call us and we're going to take care of you.
Okay.
And it's not something, so we kind of are like that. We're like that stepping stone, right? To get you to where you need to be. So if you come in and you need help, we're going to find that stepping stone to where you need to be.
Right.
So whatever we can do to help you to get to that next place, like whether it's finding you a doctor, whether it's finding somewhere you can go with no insurance, whether it's signing you up for a program to where you can get free medical care, or signing you up for a food bank, or signing you up for housing, or any of those things that we can help with. We're always there to help.
Right.
So, and that's why we're always in the community and just trying to learn about all these different places that we can send people to. If I have somebody that needs help immediately, I can be like, okay, well, you need to go here because they can help you with this, this, and this. We have a resource book that we've come up with, that we've made, that we give to people when they need help.
Nice.
So, we really literally pretty much, I don't even know if there's something they could ask that we couldn't really send them to somewhere in the city.
Right.
And I would like to say, too, we like to let people know in the community that we're a resource that we want you to keep in your back pocket.
Right.
So if you know somebody that's going through something and you know somebody who needs help, we want to be that resource that you're like, what, let them call Zach and Dondra iResearch, because even though they may not have the answer, they'll find it.
Yeah.
I mean, we will try our best, that's for sure. Because, even just when you're talking to your friends, right, or you're having dinner or whatever, everybody has that friend that has migraines, right?
Yes.
True.
And everybody has that friend that's like, oh, I can't go tonight, I feel terrible, I have a horrible migraine.
Where does that come from? Like, why did they get such massive migraines?
You know what?
I've never had one. I don't want to know.
I've had one. Okay, yeah.
Me, I never had a
I've
migraine.
had
so I don't know.
Had those, have those.
Plenty of those.
Past and
Plenty of
present
those.
that last for so long.
I've
Up
had
to 3
one.
days with her.
Jade, that's what people were telling me today on the phone. I was talking to this lady. She said they last for 3 days.
Oh, they're
She
doing
was
good,
like,
honey, because I've had them for 7 days.
See, I don't know how you can even function. Literally, I've
I-
had one my whole life, and every time I speak to someone, I'm just like devastated. It's horrible.
It really is. I don't know. I guess the universe itself has just kind of let me, because nothing helps. I mean, I've never been to a study, but again, I've had the, and it's because, and they've, how can I say it? And they have been increasing the older that I get. I don't know if it's like that whole woman thing going into menopause. Yes, y'all, I am.
Look, she can't get a break.
Don't hate. Don't hate.
Don't hate, honey.
Don't hate.
So I don't know. If you live long enough, you will be too. So so I don't know what that's about, but I know it is hereditary because my dad, may he rest in peace, he suffered with migraines bad, and so now I'm getting them more, and I don't know what that's about. I don't know. Have you ever did a study for fibroids?
So we're going to have one of those coming up, uterine fibroid study. We're moving on to more women's studies as well.
There you go.
So look, you already qualify for like 3. You need to just go ahead and come
I
on.
know. I just need to come on and stop playing. So
Stop playing around with your health,
and probably
girl.
do a live with that so they
Yeah.
can see it. Because I believe I believe in like people just kind of seeing it. People tend to draw more if they like kind of see it. And since I just been kind of putting myself out there because honestly it's therapeutic for me now. Once upon a time I've been like hell no, I don't want anybody knowing anything about me. I'm too reserved and closed off. Now I'm like the hell with it. I just want people so I need to go to eye research. I
just
really do.
consider it.
I really do.
So the migraine studies, the great thing about those is they're all very different, and they're all for a different amount of headache days and different amounts of migraines. And one's preventative, one is just kind of an immediate. So they're all very different. But
Cool.
just you come on down and
Yeah,
we
I'm gonna
will
have to
go
come
over them
down.
with
Yes.
you and talk to you about them, and then you can decide on your own.
Now I know one thing. When I had talked to Dondra when I had first, has any like groups in regards to if you're diagnosed with a mental illness or just whatever your diagnosis may be, are you guys thinking about starting like some type of support groups in the near future for those different types of things?
So we had thought about that in the beginning, and it just didn't really pan out. In fact, we tried to do that kind of together, right? But so far now, no.
Okay.
No, but we do visit a lot of them.
Okay.
We go to
We're going
plenty.
with NAMI, Mental Health of America of Georgia,
Okay.
Active Minds. So we're getting involved with more groups. And at some point, me and Dondra might team up together.
You
and
never know
decide,
what we're going to do, because
I
we wanna do a
know.
support group, but
there's lots of things that I would like to do, but my problem is I want to save the world. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much impossible.
Impossible. Yes.
but we try.
Yes.
Damn hard.
We try. I know.
As long
We
as
try.
you try,
Yes.
it's better than not trying.
Yeah,
so
I
true.
can't take
I know.
everybody home in my pocket, right?
I
But
know,
want to.
right,
I want to take
right.
everybody home with me in my pocket and take care of them, and and I can't do that. But we can do our best to just get out in the community and just be known and help.
So go ahead.
Oh no,
Go
no!
ahead,
I was going to ask, how can participants or who are not participants get involved in what you guys doing, or even volunteer?
Oh yes, we need some volunteers, Dr. Tell.
So, my chair is squeaking. Volunteers as far as helping with events.
With events, with anything.
So, like, for example, you guys would be great to come and be at Pride with us, right?
Yeah.
That's a 3-day event and 12 hours, 13 hours a day, and I'm there the entire time.
And MomoCon.
And if there's
Kirkwood
like
Festival.
anything like, especially if you talk about Pride, like you guys would be great at the booth. Like last year, remember we had the big wheel, we
Yeah.
spun the wheel, and we asked questions about mental health and the LGBT community, and their knowledge about what's going on actually in their community.
Right.
And we gave away prizes for that. We had a great time. We had our little outfits on. We had a blast. Now, granted, yes, I was tired on Monday, but we had so much fun, and we got to be at the festival at the same time.
Right.
So it's like you get to see all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
And you get to speak to so many
I ran
wonderful
away
people.
from that booth.
Trying to get all involved in Pride.
Zach will be taking lots of breaks.
Lots of breaks,
So
right,
I'm going to need
right.
some help. But that's something great that, literally you guys could come and be with us at the booth and
And
just
anybody,
help.
that's what, anybody that wants to get involved and come volunteer. I think this year for Pride, we might have a different idea, and we might need lots of volunteers to help us this year.
Yeah. I
Okay.
just know I can't wait to put on my rainbow outfit.
And
again.
and like we said, how
yeah.
they can call us. So I research Atlanta, the letter I, and our phone number is 404-537-1281. Our websites, our email, they're all on the website. So if they want to
Okay.
get involved, all they need to do is call, shoot an email, and we will be happy to talk with them.
All right, you heard that, listeners. So if you want to get involved with our research, please contact them and volunteer, and you'll have fun at the same damn time.
At the same time.
At the same damn time. Right. So what is a current festival? I heard Zach talk about normally in April, that's when stuff starts happening. So what would be the first festival or event that you guys are going to be a part of?
So we just went to the International Women's Gala. And then we have the Kirkwood Spring Fling coming up.
And that's Saturday, and it's in Kirkwood, down in Decatur. And they shut a block down, and I have all the vendors there. And, we did it last year. It was great, fun time. And then we have
Trying to think
the
of what-
Decatur Book Festival. So that's the big one too.
That's a big one.
The Ponce Art Show on Ponce, right there before you get into Midtown, right before Moreland.
And then we also we're going to look at the Daisy Festival. And those, of course, go all into summer. But, other events that we have are, like we have MHA America. They have a casino night coming up to raise money for mental health. So, those are even counted as events. Yeah, it's a gala, but it's still an event, right? We're still there, and we're still spending our weekend and, giving our energy and our time and speaking to people. So those are included as our events. So it's not just a festival. It's not just going somewhere. Those are events.
Yeah.
And the health fair, too, I was remembering. So we have the NAMI Health Fair at the end of this month.
Yeah, the 29th.
The 29th,
North Side.
So it's NAMI Northside's Health
Oh,
Fair.
yes.
So we'll be there.
Okay. Okay.
So, I mean, it just, and then it just
and our
continues
lupus
on.
event.
Oh, we have a lupus event. May 6th. It's actually going to be in Douglasville, Georgia. It's given by Monica. She runs lupusmatters.org if you want to look that up. She's a wonderful person, and I was lucky
Might
enough
have to get her on the show.
So no, that would be wonderful, and I'm seriously going to call her when we leave. So she was my Uber driver to the airport.
Oh,
And
wow.
we just kind of
Cool.
started like chit-chatting, and she asked me what I did, and I told her, and I get chills when I think about it because she's just so wonderful. But she was telling me about her story with lupus and how she, her life with it, and literally when you go on her Facebook, she wears purple every single day. She's so cute. She's always got her everything all a little made up.
Right.
And, and she lives with this every single day. And then most videos you'll see her, she's visiting a friend in the hospital, or she might be in the hospital. But
Yeah.
she does all of it on her Facebook, and she's very open about it. And she's just a beautiful, wonderful person. And so she's going to do Kiss by the Sun is the name of the event. And so she's looking for donations of sunscreen, and they're going to have umbrellas. And hers is more towards discoid lupus, not systemic, but
Right.
it all goes together.
Like, what's the difference between the both?
So discoid is more external with the skin.
Okay.
Okay, and systemic is more inside, and it's also inflammation in the body.
Okay.
More inflammation.
Because I know it's
inflammation.
people that have lupus, they gain weight, lose weight, like fluctuates.
Yeah, so that might be a different part. That could be part of
That could be that's
treatments,
internal?
steroids, medications. There's a lot of steroids in that.
Okay.
That can cause you to, bloat,
Yeah.
cause you to eat. So, that could be many different things. But
Right.
I definitely, so I'll get you the number and hook you up with the Feeding the Homeless, and then we'll also get you hooked up with Monica from Lupus Matters, because I think that would be fantastic. And she would love to come out here and talk on the show.
And one thing I want to hit on, so Dondra was saying that was her Uber driver. So people ask us all the time, how do you guys do it? So the key is you don't ever turn the light switch off. Wherever we're at, wherever we're going, whether we're going to Miami for a work meeting, on the way there, in the restaurants, if we go out, people, they want to know what we're doing. And we always tell them what we do, why we do it, who we help. And so it's really important, when I frequent Midtown quite a bit.
I bet you do.
I bet you do, Zach.
The deal is,
Out there hanging too much. I know you do.
and people they want to hear what's going on in their community, and so we're always telling them what we do. I remember I went out for Pride one night. I flew in Sunday night late, and I was like, let me just go out. And the next day I came to work, and I'm like, well, hey guys, we're gonna be on CW Atlanta on Sunday. How'd you do that? I just told someone at the bar, and they thought they would be interested in hearing what we do on TV, and now we hear at the radio. It's like we just never turn ourselves off, and that's how Dondra will go to baseball games and wear her scrubs, and all the baseball moms want to know, what is that? Is she a doctor?
I wish, yeah. So, kind of like our little logo or whatever is, so we're iResearch Atlanta. So everything that we have, even at our booths, is Ask Me What I Research. So when you see that booth, when you walk up, in big, huge letters behind us, it says, Ask Me What I Research. So what we're trying to do is encourage you to ask. Now, you don't have to. So we're giving you an option,
Yeah.
right? But we would like for you to come and ask us, And Zach and I, we prepare for every event because you never know what you're going to come across.
Yeah.
So some people are nice, some people are not so nice. Sometimes I just have to tell people, thank you, have a nice day, and just hope that
That's
they'll
very true.
moving.
you know and so you don't really ever know what you're getting yourself into. So every time we go somewhere, it's a like you said, it's a learning process. Pride was a learning process. Decatur Book Festival this is our third year. And every year, I'm telling you, it is a completely different group of people.
That is very true. I have to agree on that.
It is not the same group of people.
Mm-hmm.
Every single year, it's different. MomoCon. We didn't know what we were getting ourselves into with that one. It was interesting.
That was fun. That
it was.
Yeah, that sounds
fun.
fun.
Because I went to Dragon Con, but I didn't go to MomoCon.
So, see, we never get to go to Dragon Con because we're at Decatur Book Festival.
Yeah,
Right.
Jay went to
we
Dragon
went to
Con.
Dragon
That was
that
fun.
your- was that your first time?
First
time. It was
See,
so much
yeah.
fun.
So, MomoCon is kind of like the way
It's
that.
the anime version.
The anime.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
So, maybe a little bit more family friendly, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. Doesn't Dragon Con get off the chain after about 12? Isn't that how it works?
Yes.
Yeah.
It sort of changes. Like
Yeah.
flips
It does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, we didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into with that, but we still wanted to be there and we wanted to see it, and it was a learning experience. And we do want to do it again, but we're probably going to do it different, right? Every time we go somewhere, we want to do something new and different because maybe that didn't work.
Yeah.
But, along with that, Zach and I really literally have to be prepared all the time because you do never know what you're going to get.
Well, yeah, that's logical. Yeah, you should always be prepared. Wherever you go, you just, like you said, you just never know.
You do not.
Anything can happen.
And, and people can say horrible things. They can say wonderful things. They
You
can
gotta
love
get your
us.
mind ready for that. Like, hold on,
Yeah.
who the hell is this person
And
talking
we always...
The first event I went to,
Oh my
Dondra
gosh.
was like she said, off talking to someone, and this was when I first started, and this lady, she was about to jump over the table and choke me out, I thought. And Dondra was like, just tell her we do Alzheimer's research. And the minute I said that, it was okay. And so it was
Yeah.
getting prepared and learning, how to talk to other people. But it's
Yeah.
just like, in the LGBT community.
Same thing.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Same thing.
So-
It's about, and like we talked about in this last meeting that we did, we talked about language, so you can offend someone with language, right?
Right.
You
Right.
can
Yeah.
offend somebody in the LGBTQ community if I don't say that right, because I always mess it up.
Everybody got all these labels. but
It's
whatever.
but everybody has this certain language that they use, correct? And so you don't want to offend anyone, and inevitably sometimes you're going to end up offending somebody. It's just
That's
it's just going
just
to
what
happen.
it
And
is,
it's not even your
Mhm.
intention at
It's
Yeah.
to offend them.
True.
Yeah, and
so-
it's so. And the other main thing is that just remember, pretty much everyone that has cancer is in a research study.
Yeah.
Across the board, and breast cancer research.
Yeah.
So, breast cancer research is wonderful, and Alzheimer's research is wonderful. Now, if I tell somebody that I do schizophrenia research for children ages 6 to 12, I may not get the same.
Okay.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Right.
That's sad.
But
That's sad, yeah.
but it's breaking the stigma of mental health and breaking the stigma of research. It's still breaking the basis is breaking the stigma of mental health.
Just some people are not
it's-
comfortable with just being out there
No,
Vocal
and people
about
don't want
that.
to talk about it. And
or even acknowledging it. Like,
no, they don't want to talk
And
about it.
everybody needs that hope. There's all this hope that, we might get moms that aren't happy about it, but yet when you have the mom and you're the 7-year-old kid who has schizophrenia, you need that hope. And that's the difference. Like Dondra said, everybody's in a cancer research study. Right now, we're not doing oncology research because, there's so many other places getting involved with it right now. And, we really want to focus on internal med and psychiatric. But it's just crazy to see, like, when you go to these events, if you're not doing, like, cancer research, you get in the Heisman. But if you are doing it, it's we got to break this stigma. We got to work together. It's
So true.
It's so sad. It's not white lab coats and hamsters and wills. That's not what research is anymore. And that is the stigma that me and Dondra deal with every day. It's not rats running. And we went to an event and somebody said it, introducing us. Oh, and this is research, and it's not lab coats. And then we were like, that's not funny.
Like, don't
Right.
don't say that.
That's what me and Dondra do every day. That's our job. That's what we're trying to break. And so, it's important.
Every time somebody says that, too, it kind of brings you down like one little step. Like, it's like we're trying to go this way, right?
Someone got to throw a monkey wrench right on
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. We don't want that.
Like, that feedback wasn't needed. Like, you stay over there with that.
Yes, exactly. So, and it's hard because, and I hate to say it, but it hurts your feelings, like, because
Yeah,
we
it
work
does.
hard.
Yeah, 'cause y'all work hard, yeah.
And I'm like, we
Absolutely,
sponsored this
right.
event. No, you're not going to say that to us.
Right.
About to beat them up.
It's on my heavy. Okay.
Yes, yes. I can see that now. Just be turned up. But you're so right about that
But we're
because,
passionate.
and that's how I am about mental health, just black and white. I'm just like, we don't, when I hear people, even at my job, and even just out in general, and, they'll say, well, they're just looking for attention.
Or they
you know.
crazy.
Or
That's
they
just
or,
me.
Yes.
they're crazy. They're just so crazy. Or they just be or if something or if you're just having a bad day just because they'll be like, oh, he or she's having a bipolar moment,
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
not- yeah.
No.
and that just
That can trigger you.
that
really-
triggers me just because I am part of that that community, and just because I'm a human being that really does care, because I'm like you, I'm always trying to save the world, but I know I can't. But and just like
Wonder Woman
yes, I'm a Wonder Woman. Yes, I
Yes,
am.
you are.
and a fan.
And a big, huge fan.
Don't forget that.
as well as Hello Kitty.
But I have to stop you because when you said you can't save the world, you can. Getting on this radio show,
That's
sharing your
true.
story, that is helping someone.
That's
May not
very
be the
true.
world, but you
It's
you talk to
someone's-
somebody that
Yeah,
needed to hear you.
that's
Whether
true.
you saving or
And so-
influencing or inspiring
That's
someone
right.
one day at a time.
That's right.
That's very
You gotta,
true.
you know,
That's very
we
true.
have to keep that mindset because
That's
we
true.
can. I can make a difference, and so can you. And that's what we have to remember that we
That's
have to
true.
keep beating that in. People will break
Absolutely.
you down, and you're not. You are making a difference.
Well, thank you for
Just
that
never
reminder.
know
Yes, you're welcome.
who's listening,
Yes.
who's going through
That's
something.
very true. Because I know they come to my window. That's why I say I wear many hats, because people come to my window. I tell Uno all the time, I'm like, they are just coming, like, I just need to vent and get it off my chest. And I'm just like, you feeling good now? And they're like, thank you for listening. I'm like, okay. But then I have those negative people, which really kind of get me, like I said, with the mental health, with LGBTQ,
Oh, man.
homelessness. I know a little while ago, sadly, someone had committed suicide, and I had there was a cop that was at my job, and he was like, it was around the whole Trump election thing, and so he said, well, couldn't he have waited until Hillary became president or something stupid like that? He said, and I just was like, did you really say that? Like, that is so
Now,
ignorant.
what did that with him?
What did that have to do with any of that?
Right,
though?
that's what I'm saying. What did it have to do with anything? So some people
They're
are
just ignorant, man. That's just all.
And
They're just
just certain things people say just kind of rub me the wrong way.
I mean, I have people that come in and I'll say, we'll be talking and I'll say, well, have you ever been diagnosed with anything? And they're like, yeah, I'm bipolar. I'm like, you are? Well, who diagnosed you? And they're like, oh, my sister. She tells me, she's been telling me I'm bipolar my whole life. And I'm like, that's not who tells you your mean sister.
Right.
It's not the one, I'm like, that's not how it is.
Yeah.
But, people deal with that in families. They deal with it in friendships. They deal with it.
It's a real thing.
In society, they have people that just call them ugly names or say mean things to them or tell them that they're one way that they're not, and they start to believe it,
And they don't ever seek help about it. People are bad. My Uncle Bob, who sits in his room and talks to himself and doesn't come out at family events. But okay, does Uncle Bob know what's going on? Has anybody ever got any help from Uncle Bob?
That's right.
And it's one of those sad things where it's like, oh, he's fine. He just don't talk to nobody. No, that's something's more going on, and that's the other part. We're always trying to let people know it's okay to talk about it. If you've got your uncle or your aunt, and they sit in their bedroom and they don't come out at family events, and they're the outcasts of the family. There's more going on there.
Yeah,
And the
especially
same
if they're
for our homeless.
recluse and they're not outgoing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
something is up. Or whatever they deal with in their life, whether they take it out on other people. It's different ways of living with a mental illness. Because I live with it too. Like, I'm bipolar and have schizophrenic affective disorder. So, like, my way of dealing with things, I mean, not to that point of being recluse in a room,
Right.
but being aggressive and verbally aggressive and really just racing. Mine is racing, like just different things. But it's but like you said, but people that live with mental illness, people do have this perception of you. You are stigmatized, and sometimes it is hard to talk about it.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, I am who I am, but it's just the fact that a lot of people that have it, that's just what they have to deal with when you live in this society.
When they're
It's
told
just
not to,
crazy.
they're told not to talk about it.
Right.
You don't talk.
You
about
don't
it.
talk about
You don't
that.
tell
Right.
anybody. You don't
Exactly.
talk about it. You don't tell your teacher. You don't tell anybody anything about anything that goes on in the home. It's
Yeah.
just.
And you're so right about that, because I know, I'm from Philly, and hey, Philly, and and so like you said, for years, I was raised by, my mom, and you just didn't talk about things. And it took me to become an adult to finally it took me to be an adult to finally tell her that I was molested at 4 years old. Because those were things that you just did not talk about in the house.
It triggered your mental health.
Right, and it added on. Like,
Right.
I feel like I have been undiagnosed for many years, but it took for me to actually get raped to finally get diagnosed. Somebody finally wanted to help me, and, they gave me these diagnoses because, again, I always share now, and I have to thank NAMI for that, because NAMI has really, when I moved here almost about 7 years ago from California, and I'm so grateful for Eric Ferguson. I wanted to throw him out because he was the person who picked up the call when I was still living in San Francisco and moving here, and was like, I need help. Well, originally it was for my daughter who has epileptic seizures. So he started talking to me, and I told him that I was coming, and fast forward, I got here and I got involved with NAMI, and almost 7 years later I'm still involved with NAMI, and I've seen my growth because I was just angry. I'm angry at everything, the world and family and all of that, and then learning how to cope. I'm still working, but I'm so much better now. But learning how to cope with a lot of things to now, I'm facilitating my own group with NAMI.
Look at you.
Yeah, I know. And like vice president of the chapter that I'm with, and it's just so wonderful.
All right, Wonder Woman, thank you for the song.
Saving the world.
Saving the world.
Saving the world, and taking like training, using it to my advantage, to now I can go out and I can speak more comfortable about saying, hey, I have PTSD, I have anxiety, major depression, schizoaffective disorder, and just so many things. And, don't feel bad, because again, it has helped me grow so much, and it's like, when I hear people just
say
stupid stuff, and they stigmatizing, and yes, I am part of the LGBTQ
like, you don't
community,
know
and I'm happy about
through.
it.
You don't know what happened in their life. Like, you don't know anything.
Right.
You're just throwing out stuff that makes no sense.
And a lot of people are, for that reason and other reasons, they're very scared to come out and talk about it. And I'm really proud of Uno too, because she's come such a long way. She would not act. Yes,
I just didn't want to talk about it. I'm more a person that's private anyway, so I don't want it all out there. That I was like that for a long time. No, I was like that for a long time. Right. I was like that for a long time, and then what changes being with Jade, like when I got a relationship with Jade, her just embracing not just who she is as far as living with mental illness, but just being more brave and vocal about, what she has and what she's going through, and being more comfortable to talk about it.
Exactly.
And then with the radio station, she gave me, more courage to talk about it. Just out to people.
Yeah, it's still a little scary at times.
Now don't get me wrong. I'm still kind of in that little place, but I do see the growth in myself.
But
being more vocal about what I go through,
and that's what helps you help others.
Right.
Like you having what whether it's a gift, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you have that you're going through, that you have had to go through, that's how you help other people, because you understand, and firsthand. So who better to talk to, right? I know, because I have things. We all have things. I have things that I go through, and it helps me because I can look at somebody and I can be like, okay, it's written all over their face,
right?
This person needs some help. What can we do,
right?
So it's not necessarily a horrible thing. It's a learning tool, and it's a teaching tool, and it's something that we need to use to everyone's advantage.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Everything's a process. Absolutely.
Yeah, not hiding it and taking it away.
Right, like I used to.
Yeah, using it as a tool to help others. Opening your arms and saying, "Hey, I know how you feel."
Right.
Right.
Let's help.
I've learned that too. That's what she taught me. Like, cause she understands me, cause she lives with that too.
Yeah.
So it was so easy for me to just speak about it. So I'm blessed for that.
Well, you're
thank
blessed.
you for
You're
that.
both blessed.
No, we're all blessed up in here. We all blessed up in here. Yes, good fortune.
Yes.
Yes. So, what was the other one I wanted? I'm having one of those moments too, Dondra.
Oh, you having a Dondra
Yeah,
moment?
I'm having a
Dondra.
Dondra
Yeah,
moment.
that's
Oh, you like my
awesome.
little?
I
Thank
do. I
you.
love them.
Yeah.
They're very
I
festive.
decided, because I'm diabetic, as a lot of people know, and I have hypertension, and so this is my birthday month, and it's winding down, and so I had decided, I was like, you know what, I'm going to put the nails on, because I had taken them off. Like when I found out I was diabetic, I was like, and I took them off and I let my own. But I said, you know what, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna treat me because I deserve it.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, but thank you. I
You got the
appreciate
colorful ass
yeah,
nails.
I'm
All
very
right.
colorful. I'm very rainbowish. If you didn't
She
know,
is.
I'm
Yeah.
very rainbowish.
She's always
Yes.
she always has the matchy glasses and the matchy.
Yeah.
So when was your birthday?
It was March 6th. And, I'm just like I tell people, I'm working on always becoming a better person. That's just me. But I'm so grateful that I'm not where I was, because we've all have experienced dark days before.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm so glad that I'm not there, and I'm able to see another birthday and enjoyed it. And I had a fabulous time at Lips this weekend.
You gotta
First
go.
time
That thing be lit.
there, I loved it.
It be lit. I'm telling y'all, go.
I had his birthday there last year and I didn't get to go. But my birthday was March 16th. See, we're water twins.
We're water twins.
We're Pisces water twins.
Love it. Love it.
So, but I really want to go. I've never been, and I've been saying ever since they opened, I want to go.
Yeah,
So
you-
much fun.
It is so much fun.
It
That was our
is.
first time, and I
That
was
was
like,
my first time, because honestly, I was not open to that. Like, I don't want to see that.
So have you ever seen the show at Burkhart's, the drag show?
No.
You got to do that.
Barcode?
Gotta do that?
What is it?
Right
Yes.
on Monroe.
On Monroe.
You have.
Oh,
You have to go.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
it's a little less staged.
Okay.
And it's so much fun. There's not the dinner and everything, but it is so much fun. And some of
Okay.
the same people that work at Lips work there too.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh.
We're gonna have to check that
Yeah,
out.
all four of us are going to have to go hang out or
I'm ready
something.
to go.
Okay.
I told y'all
All four of us. I love it. All four of us are going to have to go and have some fun.
I mean,
Yes,
you
I
really
love
need to
it.
go. It really is. It's so much fun. We
Okay.
have so much fun going.
Okay. That sounds so awesome.
But yeah, Lips was
Lips
lit.
was so-
I had a good time, and that was my first time going. So
I'm so proud of you.
different experience.
I'm proud
I
of her
was being
too.
open-minded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I had a
yes.
good time, though. I really
We had a
did.
good time. Yes, I had a few drinks,
Yeah.
Me too.
but I had a
So,
good time.
I mean, you
Join
saved
the
the
club.
world. It's okay to have a
Yes, it's okay.
Join the club.
I had a great time. I missed that because I used to do that quite a bit living in Philly and of course living in San Francisco. So
yeah.
when I came here to Atlanta, I had not experienced it yet and did not know where to go, but now I know where to go.
Oh, yeah.
You have a new friend to call.
Yes, I have a new friend to call. Yes. And I'll be like, Zach, you ready?
He will be. He'll be ready. Give him till about 10 p.m.
That is too funny. So, all the different places that you guys have been to or will be going to and needing volunteers, can they volunteer at all of those different type of events that you will be going on, or is it certain ones they can, like the big galas, can they?
So it depends on the event. Obviously, with the galas, those are tables that, we sponsor
Right.
and things like that. So some of the events that, what we're really looking for is, when we say we want volunteers, like we want to do that collaboration is like with, like if you guys came with us, and helped us out at our table, that would be fantastic. The other events, there's really there's not a lot of room behind that booth.
I know.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So really, it's just about, being a volunteer is just about getting to know us, coming to our site, learning about us, getting involved, and then sharing what you've learned.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're
Okay.
looking for. Like, we're all about that word of mouth marketing. And,
Oh, yes.
we, like he said, we're always on and we'll talk to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll tell you anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we are always looking for that collaboration with other community, like other advocacy, and like just getting together and doing events together and helping each other out with things like that. So,
Okay.
anytime.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
So, like, what are some of the people that work with our research, like, and what are their roles?
So we have coordinators, They coordinate every step and every move that the patient makes throughout the study. Of course, we have psychiatrists, we have internal medicine doctors, we have Zach and I, the recruitment specialists. We have raiders.
The dream team.
The dream team. We have all types of different people in the office. Now we're about 23 people now, I think. So we're still kind of tiny, you know, in the grand scheme of things, you know. So. You know, we have our wonderful receptionist, you know, Lisa Marie at the front desk with a big smile on her face every time you come in the front door.
Is that Lisa?
Makes you feel
Is
good.
that Lisa?
Yes, you know Lisa. Say hey Lisa.
Hi,
See
Lisa.
someone with a smile does make you feel good.
Yes.
It does lighten the mood.
As soon as you walk in the door, she's got that pretty smile.
Everybody has a smile, unless it's me and it's the morning and I haven't had coffee.
He needs 4 cups.
I'm a 4-cupper. Okay? 2 before I leave and 2 before I talk to anybody in the morning. So, but yeah, everybody, and that's a real important part of our research is the team. We are such team players. Everybody's got each other's back. There's no drama. You know, we try not to be any drama, and if there is, it's squashed really quickly. And that's important.
That's very important. That's a good thing.
It is, and we spend a lot of time together. Like even this, you know, Thursday and Friday, we're not working. We have a team meeting, and we are all just together all day long, just us. And we do different types of activities, you know, ways to get to learn about each other better, ways that we can handle issues better.
Right.
You know, we just spend the whole entire day literally together, just our small group.
See, that's a good way to build a friendship.
It's that team building, like we
just relationships. Because I mean, if you just work with people you don't know them, and because
no, we're family.
Like you said,
We are
we're family.
You don't want that
Well, that's
drama
good.
because if that starts getting in the mix, then
there's
everything is
drama,
not gonna work.
Because you know, the volunteers, the people that are in the studies, you know, they can tell if something's up. If there's tension between this person and that person, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's not what we're about.
It's not a good look.
Like
not where everybody.
We want a
can
nice,
see it.
relaxing environment and keep everyone on a nice.
Yeah.
We keep them in check. Let's be real.
Ooh, did y'all hear that? Ooh.
He had a great tone. Like, listen here.
Zach said we keep y'all in
Look, there goes that meeting on Friday. We're gonna get kicked out of the
I might be
meeting.
sick. I'm fluent, though.
I don't feel good.
That's too funny. So we have a few people on. I'm hoping if I say your name incorrectly, I apologize in advance. But we want to thank.
Don't cuss us out, all right?
Yeah, charge it to our heart. Okay, so we like to thank Stephanie McLean for being on, watching.
What's up, Stephanie McLean?
Kai Young Tay.
Kai Young Tay, what it do? That's a cool name.
I hope
It
I'm
is.
saying it right. If not, I apologize. But thank you for being on. Candace the Shiro
What's up,
Johnson.
Candace the
She
Shiro?
was one of our guests on our show.
Why she sound like a superhero too?
That's another superhero. Also, Jay Bryan is on. We
What's up,
thank
Jay
you.
Bryant?
He's family. Hey, honey. And anybody else that might be. We've had some really, really awesome guests, and I thank them so much.
We appreciate you guys.
We've had
Even
another.
you guys, we
you
appreciate
guys,
you. Y'all
definitely.
awesome guests.
Always, yes. We've really had some. Oh, and talking about Decatur Festival, when you had mentioned that, when I had went last year, last year, like you said, it's always different. I love it every time I go. It's always a different experience.
It is every
This
single
Was
year.
it a lot more people last year?
It's just
It's just different.
It's never the same. You think that it's going to be the same group of people that would come to the Decatur Book Festival, right? You think
Right.
it's going to be.
Right.
It never is.
It's really a good experience. I know, like you said, some people are like, oh, Decatur, like a book festival,
book
really?
festival?
But really,
It's
it
great.
really
Well,
is
look,
good.
everybody don't
And
want to
they
do a
serve
club
beer.
every day either.
Right.
Right.
And it's always a nice crowd that's out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Always
Always.
a nice.
Because
it's
I like going to the
always
Decatur Book Festival.
Yeah,
crowded.
me too.
So,
Yeah, and so last year, I met one of our guests that was on, which I love him. He's family too. Arthur Jamie Martinez.
what's up, Arthur Jamie Martinez?
One of the books he wrote was Cochina. And he has another book, can't remember it right now. Please forgive me. And then he's actually coming out with another one. We're going to be bringing him back, but that's where I met Arthur Jamie Martinez, which he just got married to his partner. Congratulations! Yes. And just a shout out for all of our guests. Sierra, who is a tax specialist. Candace, who will help you fix your credit.
Young Miss Beverly
Yes.
Tubb, who are artists.
absolutely. Vaughn Sunshine Place, who right now is working on her nonprofit. She's strictly geared for mental health. That is just her field, her passion, her lane. And who else have we had?
Phyllis Robinson, poet, barber,
artist.
Artist.
She's just everything.
She's doing everything.
We so appreciate everyone, including our families and everything. So, we just appreciate everybody coming out. And for the future ones to come too, we thank you in advance as well.
Right.
So, there was still that question I wanted to ask Dondra and Zach. What is going on?
You're
honey?
pulling a
Brain
Dondra.
fart.
I'm
Brain
pulling
fart.
a Dondra.
That's what we call it.
It's going to come out at the last minute when you're not expecting
right. It might come off the show.
You're going to wake up in the middle of the night.
Right. And I'll be like, "Ooh, it's late. I know but have you? I think I know what it was. Have you had vets? The vets, like
from the VA?
The VA,
Military
vets. I'm sorry, my fault.
No, you're fine.
So yes, and speaking upon that, we're actually looking forward to possibly getting a PTSD study.
Just for them or for everyone?
It's for anyone, but
Okay.
it's just for PTSD. So,
Ooh.
It's
Okay.
something different that, we haven't worked with. Well, I have not personally worked with yet.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it as a dual diagnosis and or as a secondary, whatever, but not just a complete that one. So we are working on
I'm
that.
excited for that one. That should be starting within the next month.
And the
Okay.
postpartum, possibly.
postpartum.
See how they come out. See how they come out.
See.
And that actually, they're both coming probably within the next couple months. They'll both be started.
Yeah. And so these are things as well that you can see on the website all the time. And also, wanted to note that Zach does do a newsletter once a month. So if you want to get online, sign up for the newsletter, you can get on our Facebook.
Okay.
So you can see all of our events. We always have pictures and photos up of all the events that we go to. So, anytime you want to check any of that out, please feel free.
Okay.
And he does, like healthy living tips for the month and things like that because, you want to take care of yourself and,
That's true.
whatever we can come up with, whether it's from chocolate to
Well, and
taking a
Dondra's
walk.
gluten-free now, so we've been posting some gluten-free.
Well, she
pictures.
might cheat every once in a while.
She may cheat.
Oh,
She may cheat.
gluten free. Okay. And can you explain to the listeners what is a brief definition of like gluten free when people say they only like that whole gluten free thing?
Well, so mine started off with actually anemia, and so our doc at work, she is actually very holistic. I love her. But she, she was like, maybe you should just try for a while. Like, she's always wanted to stall paleo. Like, we got to do the 30-day. Like, she wants us to.
She's so fit. She does
CrossFit
and
and
one-hand
push-ups. Like,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
it's out of control.
So she a beast with it.
She's a
is
beast.
Kimball
Yeah.
Johnson, Dr. Kimball Johnson.
She's a beast.
Kimber Johnson is a beast.
Yes.
We
All
love
right.
her, but she suggested that I try it, and I'm going to be real honest with you. I have been cheating over the weekend. I'm not going to lie, because it's hard, and you have to literally read every single label, and
And I'm not the best supporter because I'm like, it's okay, just have this bread, Dondra.
eat this French fry. Eat this French fry. It'll be okay. But it is
Treat
something that
yourself.
it's good every once in a while. Like the Whole30, and just to kind of get your body back to feeling a little bit better. We all are not perfect to our bodies.
That's
but
true.
You're just drinking that pure leaf. Like
Yeah,
that's
pure leaf.
Right.
That is not good for you.
Call her out.
Call her out. Well, I guess I've been the enabler of those pure leaves because I buy them.
And like when she first bought me that and I tried it, I've been hooked ever since.
Look, I'm like,
Just the
look,
raspberry.
How much sugar's in that? Let's look at it.
I know. How much sugar is in it?
Sugar that's in this tea.
Oh, Pure Leaf isn't one of your sponsors.
46 grams.
46 grams of sugar. See, now that's crazy because what are you supposed to have in a day?
Not
I'm
that
going to go
much.
with maybe possibly up to 20 for the whole day.
For the whole day, right?
So Uno's going to check out our Whole30 diet.
That's
Yeah.
right,
I know. I need to check out that whole
I don't
30
need
diet.
no doubt. I'm already skinny.
There
See,
you are.
and you know what? And it's,
Yeah,
it's
she's
people
eating
like you.
I know. She no.
I'm over here with
Look,
not
that's
eating
because I have a pack of M&Ms.
Now I'm super
Yeah.
jealous. Can I get one of
Why
those?
you trying to get on me? You got M&M's
That's what I
over
just
there.
said. I have a pack of M&Ms. That's so
Oh,
funny.
no, thank you. Yeah, thank
That
you.
is funny. So that's awesome. The PTSD and the postpartum. Oh yeah.
That'll be. And we have an essential tremor study starting as well. So, just
And
a
what is
wide
that
range.
about?
People that have tremors and it's just, they're trying to figure out why they've got the shakes, and that's what the study's on.
Oh wow.
So we have a lot of
We're
different
really
things coming
branching
up.
out and learning, like,
Yeah,
we're
I know that has a
learning
lot
new
to do with
things.
the nervous system, with
Yeah.
the tremors. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you ever had a study as far as weight loss?
So no, there are some studies. Actually, we were talking about a binge eating disorder study. I don't know if we're going to do that one or not, but some of those are out there.
So what if a person suffer with anorexia or bulimia? Y'all have any studies, or will y'all be developing any studies for those?
So we don't have any of those right now, but they are out there. So
Okay.
there are, Emory has tons of studies. If you can always go on clinicaltrials.gov and you can search where you live and you can search your indication and you can find a place to go. Of course, we would want you to come to us.
Of course.
But if it's something that we can't offer, like we said, we're going to find you a resource. That resource is clinicaltrials.gov. You literally put in where you live and you put in anorexia/bulimia, whatever you're interested in, and it will show you within however many miles you want to put. You can put 50 miles radius, and it'll show you where those studies are.
Okay.
So there's always a resource
Yeah,
for
that's true.
everything.
That's true.
That's
Remember
true.
that. There's
That's
something
true.
out there for everybody. I mean, literally, I'm always trying to find like blogs and get on Facebook and find things, just to, talk to people or listen to people or read what they're writing about how they're feeling about their indications and just learning. It's always about learning. So just
That's life. Yeah, you always supposed to be learning something.
Being that
Yeah.
chameleon, like
Right.
I like to say, you have
You
to
gotta-
learn, change your stripes,
That's
do
true.
different things, put yourself in situations that you're not comfortable in, take yourself
That's
out of the
true.
box. It's life.
That's true.
we learned that from Heather Bites,
We did.
From Heather.
the owner,
Director.
one of the owners.
Okay. That's not the Heather who No.
No?
I met a few people. I swear I don't.
Well,
If you met her, red hair, green eyes,
you can't miss
she's
her.
hard to forget.
That's true. Okay. That's true.
So you, I hope you remember it. No, I'm just
I know.
It's okay, baby.
I'm just
I need that study. Yes. Okay, cool. What about in the past hair loss? Hair loss? Studies?
So hair loss from what? Is it from something? Is it
I guess yeah.
because some people actually physically pull their own hair out
That's true, they do.
Yeah.
from anxiety and some other disorders. And then some people's hair may fall out from chemo treatments.
Right, true.
Even from lupus can cause that. So
Yeah.
there's several things that can cause that. So no, currently we don't have any studies on that. But,
Okay.
right with that question, you'd want to know, where is
Right.
it coming from? Where does that stem from? Where did it start with the hair loss? So
Okay.
that would be something that we'd have to delve deeper into because, we don't really,
Right.
there's lots of different ways that could occur, right?
That's true. That's true.
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good.
You're good?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay.
You looked at me like
I thought you were.
what a
I was going to say
question, motherfucker. What a question.
So I asked a question, but it was not the one I wanted to ask.
She's trying to find the real hard one.
I know.
I
She's
know.
thinking so hard.
I'm a thinker by
She's
nature.
trying to stump
I'm a
us.
thinker by nature.
Stomp the chump. Stomp the chump.
So is there anything that you guys do? I know you said that you're pretty much like on call 7 days a week. So do you have a small space where you do something outside of eye research?
Small space for as far
Like
as
just to enjoy yourself, like Dondra enjoying herself out of eye research, and Zach enjoying himself.
well, you can find me on the baseball field with
Okay.
my wonderful 9-year-old son who plays baseball. That's
Awesome.
pretty much this time of the year. That's where I live. So if I'm not at the baseball field or in traffic or at work, then I might be with Zach somewhere.
Now, do y'all ever use music in y'all studies? Like, because I know that can be therapeutic for people too.
So now they do use that in therapy. There is music therapy, there is play therapy, there is all types of different therapy. But with our research, we would just be doing research. We don't have a therapy study at this time, but there are lots of different ways of therapy, and music is definitely one of them.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
And I'm sure there's a study on it somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
We just don't have it.
Yeah, we just don't have that one.
So, since we're talking about music, what kind of music you listen to, and what are your favorite artists? You can name a few.
So, let's see. So
Yes.
And then I'll get to you first, Dondra, then I'll get to
Yeah,
you.
he's got more time to think, but that's okay because I can answer this one real quick. So, so pretty much I like anything from Mozart to Metallica. There's not really much out there that I do not like.
Okay.
I will tell you that on the way over here, guess what I was listening to?
There's no telling.
Erica Badu. You know what I was listening
Hey,
to?
you listen to Erica Badu?
She
What
is
you
my
know
jam.
about Erica Badu?
Oh, wow.
Oh, what you know about Erica Badu?
Don't make me bring out my cipher. Don't make me.
Dondra about to break that cipher out.
I'm gonna get my unk now.
Didn't you know? Hey.
What about some bag lady?
Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back.
Dragging all them bags like that. She is my. Oh, that's my favorite.
The Tyrone.
Don't make me break out
That's
the
my theme
Tyrone.
song too.
Yeah,
I love it.
I don't want to cuss, but I'm getting tired.
No, you can hey,
You don't never buy me nothing.
You can cuss on this shit. You don't have no filter.
Oh, we gotta keep it clean for the research.
Yeah, I understand.
That's right, we have to keep it clean for the
I understand.
research.
That's all good. I understand.
Yeah. We
No,
still
but
having
yeah,
fun.
that was actually I saw her at the Fox about 10 years ago, front row, and I think I had tears in my eyes. I've always loved her. She's been one of my very favorite artists.
She's a real authentic
But I do
artist.
love anything from. My mom was a classical pianist, so I literally love everything from Mozart to Metallica. And I
Okay.
hope to see Metallica. If anybody wants to buy me tickets, they go on sale in July.
Uh-oh.
They're going to be at the
You
Sun.
hear that, listeners?
There's a new baseball park. What's it called? SunTrust.
Suntrust Park. Yeah.
SunTrust Park. They're
Okay.
playing.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna start me a GoFundMe for that. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
And Zach.
And Zach,
You know,
yes, we have to
Doc-
dig just a little bit in your
Donna
head.
makes so much fun of me because so we have a little Bose speaker in our office, and every day she comes in and she's like, "What?" And she's like, "It's something different every day." I'm a Spotify person, Apple Music, Pandora. You know, I love everything. I love my J-Lo in the morning.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
You know, I do
Cher.
my Shakira, my Cher.
Uh-oh.
Whitney Beyonce.
Whitney
You into
Houston.
Yeah,
Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Oh.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Sing.
He had the Britney Spears going. Was
So
it yesterday? He had the
it's
Britney
like-
Spears blaring out of the.
Uh-oh.
I'm so, just across the board, I love music.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that, at night you can just chill out to it. And I kind of do the top hits or the, greatest R&B hits. And
Okay.
Chill out.
You listen to some hip hop rap?
I do.
Yes, he does, and he had on some rap today in the office. I came in, I said, "Baby, you're gonna have to turn that." It was you talk about cussing on the radio. I was like, "So we're gonna need to turn that Snoop Dogg down." and it was the brand new one, right? That came out.
Yeah.
It was like so he had the
Oh, yeah, I know what
station.
you're talking about.
It's
Yeah.
like
Spotify. Over the weekend.
Like the
what
over the
came
weekend
out.
releases?
Oh, I love it.
yeah, he had that on this morning. And it was a Snoop Dogg song.
Nicki
and
Minaj had a couple tracks that came
I heard
out.
about that.
See?
We had a conversation about that on the show with Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I heard about that.
Man, Remy Ma went hard.
He
Like,
really-
Yeah, she
man,
did.
She destroyed Nicki.
She did.
Lyrically.
That.
So now I'm gonna have to
Stuff.
check that out because I don't know. So I feel like I have
Don't
to write
let
all this
Ty be
stuff
in the
down.
car.
I won't. I promise.
So you guys originally from Georgia?
Born and raised.
Born
We're
and
actually
raised.
from
Born
the-
and raised.
We're actually from the same town.
Don't tell them where it's at.
Okay, no, you don't have to.
I'm like, where from you? Yeah. So, well, I was born in St. Louis, but I've been here since I was 3. So,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't count. So basically, I'm from here.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Cool.
Born
Yeah,
and
born
raised.
and raised, born and
That is
Got some born and raised
awesome.
people.
Natives.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
That is awesome. I don't feel left out at all.
You're from Philly.
Well, okay. So I'm from two places.
Oh.
So I'm born and raised in New Jersey, the Shore. Okay.
Shit.
Bruce Springsteen. So if you know where he's from, then that's where I'm from. However, I was raised in both Jersey and Philly. So yeah, both of those are my homes very much equally.
No, those completely different. Are those completely different?
Yeah, somewhat. Somewhat.
I haven't been to either. I have to ask.
But well, they're cousins. That's what I call them, because Jersey, Philly, and New York, to me, they're cousins because they're so close.
Yeah, true.
They're so close to each other, so they're cousins. It's like a love-hate relationship for all of us.
Hey,
We stand each other, but
true,
we love each other, but we hate each other.
So has Atlanta became home yet?
No.
No, this is not it.
I don't hate it, but I always say I just reside here because my goal is to go back to California.
You need to be by some water.
I do.
Because she a fish. Go
Well,
swim
you
with
know.
your fish
I do
family.
know.
Dondra knows.
Go swim with your fish family.
Oh, but did I not just? You do want to go to
I
California?
know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a
Okay.
fish though, but okay.
But yeah, it's okay. But that's the one thing I guess I probably will say. It's two things that I struggle with. One is the water. Okay, one is the water. Yes, Dondra, no, I have to be around water.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is MARTA.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Sometimes I just don't understand MARTA and the way that it operates and run.
Well, I had to.
So I panic. I'm a panicker on the water. I'm
just-
sorry.
I'm
I'm just being real.
Really?
I
MARTA?
just stare at that map, and it makes me dizzy.
It's just the way they run. I have to be
Yeah,
honest
the-
about it. I have
the
to be
one-
real with
the-
it too.
the way that it runs.
They have to get better.
Right.
Like, because Atlanta's way too progressive at this point to be running the way they run.
That's right.
Like, I mean,
Now today they did launch that electric bus that they
did.
I didn't know
that started today.
It started today
I think they borrowed it from another city.
from
am I
another
correct?
city.
They
Yes.
trying to be like the other cities, but can't keep up. I mean,
So
smarter got to get smarter now.
Progressive.
We're getting
okay?
there.
yes,
We're
it's
getting
very
there.
progressive. So, but I love the culture. I have adapted to the culture, the different things, because I'm very. I don't want to say flamboyant, but it
But
is
you
another-
diverse.
But I'm very diverse.
Flamboyant's
So-
a great word. What's wrong with that one? I love that one.
Okay, so we're going to go with flamboyant.
I like
I'm very
that one.
flamboyant with it. So yes, there's a lot of things that I have adjusted to, but it will be the city that I reside in.
Ain't nothing
So
wrong
so
with that. You
it's
gotta
no
rep-
so it's no disrespect.
you gotta have love for you. Where you from? So
Yes,
there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm a Jersey Philly girl all the way. Cali is my second home, and I am in Atlanta.
Hey.
But it's all good though, so don't be hitting me up on Facebook, good people. Talking your stuff, okay? Because there is no disrespect over here. I just have to be honest with myself. But yeah, but
Throwing shots at
They're
you.
like, if she wants some water, just go on down to the water park.
Right, just go on down to Centennial, get a little wet or something.
So since we're talking about different states and where we're from, what are some of the states y'all been to? Have y'all been outside of Georgia?
Oh yeah.
On a personal or to do studies?
So well,
Or
no,
either or?
Well,
like,
both. So I went to school in Alabama, and then we just recently we traveled for work. We've been to Boca Raton to speak. We've been to Miami. We've been to Fort Myers. We have been to. We're gonna go to DC. We're gonna go to. Where's the next one? Not Arizona.
It's in Miami, back in Miami.
It is. It's back in Miami. Okay.
Okay.
So
Miami,
We're
where it's
gonna-
at though.
Miami is
I love
nice.
Miami.
well, I was only
Miami is
there for
nice.
like 29 hours. The last time I went. So me and one of the other girls went, and we went down to South Beach just because I said I have to go down there because I have to see it. Of course this is like 11 o'clock at night and everything's closing up or whatever. It's like a Thursday, but we made it down there and we got to see it, and we had some little hookah, we had some cocktails, and we had a nice time, and for about an hour, and then we headed back because we had a very early meeting the next day. But I definitely would have liked to have seen it in the day.
Yeah.
And
Right.
to have seen the beach. And so the next visit we get to go, we're going to be there, I think, for 4 or 5 days. So I'm going to have the opportunity to see some of
nice.
that. Yes.
And seeing everything else. in
Looking
Miami.
forward to that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I love Miami.
Miami
My best
is
friend
nice.
Lives down there, and I'm spoiled. I get to go as much as I want. 'Cause I'm coming down, Michael. And he's always. I love Miami. Miami is so fun, but. My family's from Tennessee, so I have a lot of family in Tennessee. So I do Tennessee, Kentucky, but a lot of Florida lately.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Miami, so.
I've been to Kentucky once. That just ain't where it's at.
No.
That's no real.
I can't fuck
It's
with it.
beautiful though, right?
It's so damn. It's just segregated. Like it's
Oh,
just.
yeah.
I'm just
Is
used
it?
to Atlanta.
I've
Like,
never been there.
It's just I think I like the landscape. Like
It's straight, but yeah. I mean, but it don't. It's not really a lot there to do.
No,
like,
there's not.
I just stay in Atlanta.
You're like, I gotta get out of here.
Yes.
I'm not even asking her if Atlanta is home. It is home.
This is home.
This is home. You're not playing around, are you?
I mean, cause no, see, Florida. When we went to Florida, now that's where it's at.
Yeah.
But when I went to Kentucky,
Yeah, isn't that a Tennessee Titans? What is that? Is that a Titans?
huh?
Isn't that a Tennessee Titans hat?
Yes, a Tennessee Titans hat. Yes.
So you're a Tennessee fan?
No, I just like the colors.
Coordination with everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to match. Everything's got to be coordinated. Everything.
I was just checking because you were talking about, a place you wanted to go. I'm like, well, you never been to Memphis or anything?
No, I haven't been to Memphis yet.
So I've been there several times. It's very fun.
Okay.
I recommend
Okay.
that you go. And the next place I want to go is Nashville. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I do wanna go to
I do wanna go
Nashville.
there.
Nashville is fun, y'all.
Oh, it is fun.
See, I want to
I
go.
know
I've
it
never
is.
been.
I hear a lot of
Okay.
good stuff about it.
Okay.
Nashville is turning very progressive, actually. As
Oh, nice.
Well.
That's good.
Yes, I've had lots of fun in Nashville.
And I've been to San Francisco one time, and that was for a business meeting, but we had one good fun day.
You about to catch a nut on.
She's
I love
bad.
San Francisco.
I'm just talking.
It was
I lived in
wonderful.
Sacramento briefly. Nice, but I much prefer San Francisco. I do. So much water. 7 square miles, but it's so much to do, and it's very fun. It's very friendly, of course. And just the water. I'm telling you, I was in such a different frame of mind, and I was doing more volunteering. Like, I love volunteering, the homelessness, you name it. You just kind of run into things. That's how it was for me when I was living there. You just kind of run into things. Like, if you're on, it's Market Street, that's the main street, you can just run into somebody doing a rally, and I'm just going in, and I'm like, yeah, I have no idea.
You don't even know what you're rallying for.
I don't even know what I'm rallying for, but it was fun. Eventually, I found out, and it was something that I liked. But yeah, it's just, it's beautiful. Miami is definitely beautiful. We went to Savannah, which
Oh, have y'all been to
I
Savannah?
had to
Yeah.
have an open
yeah.
mind for that because I really didn't. But once I went there, like, we went there for their Savannah.
It changed her mind.
Yeah, I went there
She
for
wasn't
Savannah
talking that ish
Pride,
no more.
and it was really nice. We're definitely going to go back.
Well, when is Savannah
Yes.
Pride?
It was
That was
October, November?
October.
October. It was in October. It
I
is
think it was like the 21st, like somewhere
mid
like
to the end.
towards the towards
mid
the
to
end
the
of the
We
month.
didn't check that out.
Maybe we
We
should.
have, but we have another event in Savannah as well coming up.
Yeah, the NAMI State Conference is in Savannah.
Oh, it's in
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta get there. I because I do want to do like their state training, and then I know they do have something else that goes on.
Yeah.
As well, so I hope to get there. I want to go to Tybee Island. That's my goal.
Oh
It's
yeah,
beautiful.
me too.
I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to go. So we'll probably
Because
go
we
back.
wasn't able to see everything in 3 days. So,
Right.
like I said, we definitely going to go back. So when we do, that's going to be the first place. Tybee Island and hit a few other spots that we didn't see.
So another fun thing to do in Savannah is go on the ghost tour. We went on the pub ghost tour where they drive you around in
we
the
saw
convertible
that.
hearse.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah. We went on a tour. Was it the Ghost?
I don't think it was a ghost
Might not
one,
have been
though.
the Ghost
but
one,
it was
but we did
another
go
tour.
on one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, we had fun.
Had fun?
They just take you to different pubs in this convertible hearse. And then they tell you, they walk you in like to the upstairs, the downstairs, the basements or whatever, and they tell you all the stories of the pubs and how they got started and who the
That's
ghosts are.
cool.
It was so fun.
That sounds cool.
Yes, and we got to take pictures of orbs. I don't know.
Oh,
We'll
wow.
see. But I was like,
Okay.
oh no, it's in my camera.
So we want to give the listeners just a kind of a recap for those that came in late.
With your late
and-
asses.
Oh, leave them alone. At least they came
I'm
in.
just messing. I'm just
So,
messing around.
for those who didn't catch the whole show, we just kind of want to do a recap on what are the current, right now, studies if people are interested.
Okay, so currently we have depression studies. We have a study for bipolar disorder with depression. We have 2 schizophrenia studies with one more, I believe, on the way. We have 2 Alzheimer's research studies or memory studies, and we also have 3 migraine studies. We have a lupus study coming up for systemic lupus. We also have a rheumatoid arthritis study coming up, and we're also looking forward to the future for a PTSD study and for a postpartum depression
And
study.
we also actively right now have a flu study.
Oh, that's the big one, 24 to
Then
48
NASH,
hours.
NASH liver fibrosis. and hyperlipidemia as well.
Yes, if anybody has
And
high
pediatric
triglycerides.
ADHD. Let's not forget about them kids, all right?
Yeah. Pediatric ADHD.
And so what will it take for them? How do they qualify, or how can they reach you guys?
So, of course, our phone number is 404-537-1281. You can always ask for Zach or Dondra. Also, like we said, you can get on our Facebook, you can get on our website, and you can check out Zach's newsletter. There's lots of different ways that you can get in touch with us. Just iResearch Atlanta, the letter I, not the eyeball, the letter I, Research Atlanta, and it'll just pop right up on your Google.
Okay.
Okay.
And now you can see our faces, so.
What was I going to say? Oh, that is such a shame. I need to eat. Maybe I need some
that's
brain
what it is.
Have
stimulation.
those
or something.
M&Ms. Don't be
Yeah.
look.
You just have it sitting there over there and you ain't touched it
but
yet.
I want food.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, I want
She
food.
wants real food.
Yeah, I want food.
What's for
food.
dinner tonight?
I don't
You
know.
don't know yet?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's for dinner.
Whatever
tonight.
Uno's cooking, right?
No, probably whatever I'm cooking.
Oh.
but she can. She can.
Yeah.
She can.
I'm
she
just
can.
not into the cooking though.
Yeah.
But I can't cook.
She's the prep. She's the prep person.
It has to be if I really, really have to cook. Other than that, I will not cook at all.
I only cook when I have my child.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever I can heat up in the microwave. If anybody wants to cook for me,
Zach's available for dinners.
You see it live now, y'all. You see it live
You're
now.
interested
You're interested in
listeners.
cooking for Zach.
I'm single now.
I love it. So we, you good listeners, everybody, I'm sure if you're on Facebook Live or download the app or just the resources that we gave you guys, you heard it from Dondra and Zach. Please, if you're interested, you have any more questions, concerns, you can reach them outside of this show. They'll be more than glad to assist you in any and every way that they can. And we just also want to plug in our information. If you're interested in being on the show, you can reach out to us via our email, which is chitchatchew_show@yahoo.com, or you can go on our website and see past and present guests, or for those that weren't on but they still we played their music.
Right, you can check on our website.
check on our website, which is www.chitchatchewshow.com.
And even our sessions that's been live, past and present, is also on our website, and so much more stuff is on our website. So please check out our website, support it, like it, share it, comment, whatever you can do to support what we're doing.
Oh, and also, yes, if you would like to be a sponsor, because we are looking for sponsors, small
reach out.
or large, definitely
Yes.
hit us up on our email. We have a sponsorship package for the largest to the smallest, or the smallest to the largest. Doesn't matter.
Just reach out.
Reach out to us.
Or if you happen to run across us on Facebook or Instagram or something, please reach us out that way too.
Let them know the social media for us as well with that too.
Well, so we have a Facebook page that is Chit Chat Chew Show, LLC. That's our Facebook page, so please go like it. We also have a group page, which is Chit Chat Chew Radio Show. Right. So please request us in the group so we can add you, so you can keep up, have updates of what we got going on with the show and the brand. We also have an Instagram. It's at Chit Chat Chew Show, so please follow us on Instagram. We also have a Twitter, which is at chit_chat_chew. So please follow us on there. Tweet about us. Get the word out, please. We also have a Vimeo, which is at Chit Chat Chew Show. And we have a YouTube, which is Jade+Uno content. So that's JADE. ROYALE space UNOCONTON. Again, it's JADE ROYALE UNOCONTON. So please subscribe to our YouTube, like, share it, comment, and we have
SoundCloud.
We have a SoundCloud. So our SoundCloud, we're everywhere.
I'm like, good Lord. How do you remember all these?
Yes. So our SoundCloud is at Chit Chat Chew Show. So if you missed any of our previous shows, you can check it out on there. Everything's updated, it's uploaded. So please listen. They're great shows.
And we have an Etsy shop where we have launched our soaps. So you can go to Etsy.com and you search us under Chit Chat Chew Shop.
Yeah.
Chit Chat Chew Shop.
Yep.
Search us with Etsy, and we launched our rainbow soaps.
Yes.
Natural soaps.
Natural
T-shirts
soaps.
are on the way.
Yes.
Natural
Stay
soaps.
tuned for that.
Stay tuned for
They're coming.
for the T-shirts. They're coming. But right now we have our soaps that we launched, so we definitely would love your support with that. We have a small bar. We have a large bar. If you just go in there, you'll see the prices. If you want to ask about it off the show. We'll be more than glad to give you that information. So we just want to plug that out there to you guys.
All right, so we'll play a few tracks and then come back in towards the end of the show, and then we'll leave out. So we're going to go into one song, and we'll come right back in like 10 minutes. All right? Stay tuned, y'all.
He comes from a broken home, and when he gets in, he's home alone. He then lets in his stone when the headphones press in. Get the cassette in, dreams of being a hip-hop legend and set in. Adrenaline pumping, and that starts spitting as mind evaluates all the flashing images. Finishing mimicking every lyric with his heart committed, passing lyrics from the start to the half to the finish. He's got his hoodie on, waving arms in the mirrors. He knows more sills and rhyme patterns as lines acting, see his eyes passing lyrics you at the dinners. Wizardry, wordsmith killing visibly, the 16-bar trilogy. He's got the mindset, the secret success is hip-hop. It's breath, it's not cold, it's hot like the pepper pot. Dropping lines like the one the fucking zebra got the mics down, he's getting up.
Come back another day. This life ain't easy. Life ain't easy. Life taken for granted. My feet are firmly planted. You best believe me. Please believe me.
But he's getting bullied at school, cause he's not black. He wears a snapback and a backpack, and always gets his bag racked until his bag snaps. Takes a couple of backhands, he's black and blue, couple jabs land, kicking him the back so the lad can't stand. In the canteen, fourth lesson in, music twatting him with a tambourine, and the teacher's a pisshead, so she hasn't seen. She turns around and all she can see is a couple of dancing teens. So now he's got detention, it wasn't even him who was messing. As they leave the class, all he hears, get your next lesson. He gets on the phone to his mum sick, text stressing, vexed, effing and blind, and he's upset with the shit within inside him. He starts sagging so they can't find him. On the horizon he's entwining, cause every cloud there's a silver lining. Homeschool, homework, kid there ain't binding, so he slits his wrist while they were out dining.
Wishing I could fly away. Come back another day. Cause life ain't easy. Life ain't easy. Life taken for granted. My feet are firmly planted. You best believe me. Please believe me. Please believe me.
Yo, hip-hop taught him to never be scared, no cares. Walked in the school, kid the flip in the bed. He manned up, grew up, an 8-ball in a sock hit him, then he drew up. You bullied me every time I tried to do stuff, and now you fucking puke up. Knowledge got him picking these books up, looking through stuff. It's time to tie these shoes up, come on with a new look, like you couldn't give two fucks. He's bobbing up and down like two ducks. He doesn't care who looks, doesn't spare who's fucked, who's shook, kid. Cause the guy's all glaring, but he doesn't care when the eyes all burning. Tired of the verdict, Nostradamus sharing. Kid is past caring, now the bully's being bullied. Now the bully needs a parent, the parent's not caring. 2 weeks later and he's hanging from a can, blood dripping on a Persian.
Come back another day. Cause life ain't easy. Life ain't easy. Life taken for granted. My feet Just believe me. Please believe me. I can run like a race for hours and hours and don't stop. I can float, I can fly us to the highest mountain tops. I can breathe you, I can drink in your laugh, I can live on your spine. I can trip and if I can fall into your arms, I can stay there my whole life. I can live, I can love, I can be there with you. With you. For real. For real. I can hear, I can feel, I can see, I can tell you. For real. Oh. I can live, I can love, I can be there with you. For real. For real. I can hear, I can feel, I can see, I can tell you. For real. I can stare, I can memorize your face, your hands, your hair, every part of you. I can cut off any of loose ends and not even wanna keep with you. I can speak to you so honestly, I can even run any game. I can hear a million angels singing in my ear when I say your name. For real. I can hear, I can feel, I can see, I can tell you. For real. Your heart for real. I can love, I can be better with you. I am better. For real. For real. I can hear, I can feel, I can see, I can tell you. I am telling you for real. I can't smile, can't drink like a child. Can't feel safe in this wide world without you. I can't go, can't disturb this flow. Can't begin to know what I would do. I can't see, can't find strength to be. Rather not be me without you. I can't deal, I can't even feel without you. I'm not me. I can live, I can love, I can be better with you. For real. I can hear, I can feel, I can see, I can tell you. For real. I can live, I can love, I can be better with you. For real. I can hear, I can feel, I can see, I can tell you. For real. I can live, I can love, I can be better with you. For real. For real. I can hear, I can feel, I can see, I can tell you. For real. Yeah, for real. I can love, I can be better with you. For real. I can hear, I can feel, I can see, I can tell you. For real.
All right, so we hope that you enjoyed that music that you just heard. I'm going to have Uno just kind of say who was playing the music that was playing if you're not familiar with it.
All right, so the first track that we had was by I hope I sang your name right. So it's Rosie and it's called Crystal Castles featuring Kay Francis. That was the first track we played. And the second track we played was Amel LaRue called For Real.
I love them both.
So that
did
was
too.
great. I like them both as well. Yeah, she's one of
Very underrated.
a
as
very
an artist.
underrated artist. And I like the first one as well. So we're back and we'll be wrapping up And again, we had Dondra and Zach as our awesome, fantabulous guests this evening. They are recruitment specialists, but so much more, so much more for iResearch Atlanta. And we love them. We're so excited.
Thank you
we
so
just
much.
we just love that they came on and just was themselves and let you know what was what and just genuinely honest about it. And so we encourage you good people to please call and reach out to their all the information that they left on there. If you did not catch it all, you can certainly hear the replay once we're done with the live show. So I just personally like to thank you guys, listeners, for tuning in, being on Facebook Live. We had fun. We'll probably do a follow-up at some point in time with Dondra and Zach to see what new and exciting things will be coming up. So I'm just excited. I'm glad. I'm happy.
Me too.
Thank you. Me
Thank you
too.
guys so much.
We had a great time.
We did.
Yes.
Glad you guys did.
Yes.
We had a good time too.
We had
It's all about
awesome
having fun
time.
and learning at the
Yes,
same time,
and learning
right?
at the same time.
That's right.
Absolutely. So
You know
we're
you want to say at the same damn time.
Yeah,
at the same damn time.
I knew you wanted to say that. I could feel it. I knew you wanted to say that.
Feel it. So we're gonna close up, and we appreciate you guys. We hope that you continue to have an awesome weekend. A week. I'm ready for y'all weekend to be
ready.
here
It's
already.
Bring it
Right.
on in.
I just came from a weekend. I'm ready again. Yes.
back.
So let's go back. But have a great week. Make it a good week on purpose.